Howdy folks, it's Bo Parker from Tennessee again. Just thought I'd take another round. This is number 2. It's called, Do You Remember That Old Truck? Does anyone else remember your old family farm work truck? You know, the one you learned to drive on when you were just a pup. Can you still remember driving down to get the mail, or the time your brother snuck to town to get you out of jail? You remember that old truck? Where most were held together with duct tape and baling wire. It's a big circle on the hood where the carburetor caught on fire. They were usually covered with scrapes and dents and rust, and we gave them all endearing names like Old Blue or Bess or Gus. You remember that old truck? Well, ours stayed down by the barn, and the keys were always in it. You usually had to pump the gas and crank her for a minute. When you got her running, it was off to work we'd go, looking for newborn calves in 1.5 feet of snow, or maybe you were just hauling hay, or you had to mend some fence, or take your prize pig to town for the big 4-H event. Do you remember that old truck? Now, that truck was like a memory book, recording life's events. We knew every story behind every scrape and dent. The front fender was my favorite. See, Uncle Joe drove home drunk, and lacking some control, he hit this big tree trunk. Well, as luck would have it, there's a hive of angry bees, and they were stinging Uncle Joe from his head down to his knees. I can see him running toward the barn to try to get inside. I know that it was wrong, but we laughed until we cried. Do you remember that old truck? Now, the one I'd like to forget happened down by the stream. I'd drive down there to hide from work, take a midday nap and dream. Well, I guess my dad found out, and he snuck down by that creek, and him and my little brother waited till I went to sleep. Then he quietly reaches inside and he gives the gear shift a jerk. Told my little brother this'll teach him not to work. Well, I guess it woke me up when the truck began to pitch, and I could hear them belly laughing as I rolled down in that ditch. Do you remember that old truck? Well, she finally stopped running. We left her sitting out in a field, and I guess it's been at least 3 years since her gas tank was filled. I'm getting older too, kind of long in the tooth. I like to keep that truck around. She reminds me of my youth. I gave some thought to fixing her up, restore her former glory. But I quickly thought, you've lost your mind. That's erasing your life story. Do you remember that old truck? Well, I decided to get her running again. Now my granddaughter's behind the wheel. She likes to drive me around the ranch. Gives us both a thrill. I keep her in the barn now and try to give her better care, and pray my granddaughter remembers the memories we made there. Appreciate you listening again, folks. Thanks very much.